Oh, I think we're live. See if we can get the old hold, please. Oh, come on, dude. Seriously. Come on, dude. Oh, that's pretty quick. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. All right, let's Can we go in the kitchen? See if we can figure this out. Kitchen. We go in the kitchen. Kitchen TV. Kitchen. Success. I believe it's currently voluming through the Kitchen TV. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. The Elveshelves. I forgot to recap. I forgot. Well, let's recap it all. Forgot to take everything out of the freezer, so everything's frozen edition of the live stream. But coffee is made, so that's cool. Sorry, no hablo fucktardo. Yeah, that's real. I don't hablo fucktardo, so if you are fluent in fucktardo, I will not be able to hablo with you. Oh, this week. I'm not sure what happened this week. We'll recap this week here shortly. I feel like there was a lot of traffic this week. Jesus. Just people. I just don't even know anymore. I just think that it's not going to get any better. I keep saying it's going to get better any day now. I've decided no, it in fact is not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. The traffic, the ability for the regular population to maintain focus while operating vehicles on the public road is diminishing rapidly. Trying to think. I didn't see it this week, but someone I know said they saw this happen. Let me get this right on. But I've seen it in the past. It's a true story. Yeah, bicycle traffic. Don't get me started on that. But the new thing is, well, not the thing. I saw it once in the past. I may have mentioned it, but my family member that was visiting said he saw this. Divided highway, so that's 2 lanes in one way, 2 lanes the other way, big ditch in the middle, speed limit 65 miles an hour. He said he saw a side-by-side driving on that. And I was like, yeah, I've seen that. Yep, just go ahead and drive your side-by-side on the 65 mile an hour divided paved concrete highway, which I don't think that's allowed. I know you can drive in some places, but I mean, it'll be fine. Nothing to see here. Yep, big bicycle ride this weekend. I guess they changed the way the bicycle ride works, and they're doing a big concert here. So I missed it, but there was a concert here in my hometown. I believe it was the band. Can't remember now. Who the hell was it? Little Miss Can't Be Wrong was the song they sang. And Two Princes. Spin Doctors? The Spin Doctors played a concert in my hometown. And that is some, I'm just trying to imagine the aging middle-aged women, they're screaming for their Spin Doctors' favorite song to play. And then one of the other concerts, which would be fascinating to go to, is Bush. Remember that band? Bush? Glycerine? Bush? Can you imagine all the mid-40s women, they're going to be screaming, pulling their tops off on Ragbri, listening to Bush. Gavin, or whatever his name was, the lead singer, heartthrob. He's kind of funny. Really gives you a perspective how old you're becoming was when the bands that were like, I'm not going to say they weren't popular, but like generally popular bands when you were in high school are now like giving free concerts at large venues. It's just kind of funny. All right, so I mean, the recap of this week is just, I don't even know anymore. Just more mumbling from the people in charge. Just mush mouth. It's ridiculous. No child nibbling though. That's good. We've limited the child nibbling down to rare occasions. I don't think there was any child sniffing. I don't think there was any cocaine. I don't think any gender fluid individuals are shaking their tits on the White House lawn. So we're progressing as far as absolute degeneracy. That's good, you know. Good to make progress. What else we got going on? I mean, I had family in town all week, so all I really did was hang out with family, so I really didn't pay that much attention to what was going on around me. So, this week's recap is going to be limited to me just like... Well, the big one for me, and I know I should have just done it, but like... I was driving down the road with a double yellow line on it, and you're not supposed to pass shit on double yellow line, you know? And I'm having a moral dilemma whether I just start saying, fuck it, I don't care, I'm going to start breaking all the laws, like, fuck everything, but, like, I still really try not to break traffic violation laws things, because, like, traffic violations tend to be, those kind of, like, fines you get are, like, they're insidiously expensive, because they don't just affect the pocketbook from the fine that you have to pay that day, they, like, affect everything, the insurance and all that shit. So I do like the whole control of things I can control, and my traffic interaction is one of them. Like, I can control whether I break those laws, so I just don't do it. So I'm driving down the road the other day, and I'm on a section of road with a double yellow line, and there's a fucking lawnmower. Like a big giant-ass lawnmower, the kind that have the wings that fold down, that does ditches, whatever. I get it. You got lawns to mow. But, dude, just driving down the road, in the road. It's like, what the fuck? Laws, well, that's true. Laws are guidelines, except for when you get caught breaking one, and then, like, they call it a moving violation, and then, like, you have to pay that fine, and then your fucking insurance goes up, and, like, all sorts of crazy shit starts happening, and it's like, dude, it's fucking madness. So I just don't do it. Like, I don't speed. I really try to stop at stop signs. I do all that shit. Like, I just don't break the law when I drive my vehicle, because... it's not just, oh, you broke the law here, pay $20 or $50 and go on. No, it's you pay your $50 or your $100, and then for the next, like, fucking however many years, pay hundreds more in your fucking insurance, because why not? You know, type of deal. Anyways, yeah, fucking lawnmower driving down the road. It's like, I was trying to figure out, like, when did we stop using trailers to transport our equipment? When did we just start saying, fuck it, I'm just going to drive the shit down the road? And of course, it was down like the main artery of my hometown, and then it took a right and went up the big main artery that goes up a hill. It's like a 45-mile-an-hour fucking road, and like, but that did turn into a double dotted line, and like a complete fucking unhinged lunatic asshole, I fucking passed that fucking lawnmower with about 2 inches to spare, because I don't give a fuck. Like, get the fuck out of the road, dude. No, there was no fucking license plate on a goddamn lawnmower. Of course not. It was an illegal fucking thing. Like, not a chance. 0% chance. Just like when you drive down the road, you get stuck behind a goddamn payloader. Well, you know, I'd have to hire an 18-wheeler, and that's expensive. I'll just drive this thing on the road. It's like, dude, what the fuck? I promise you, if I drove my lawnmower on the road, I'd get pulled over instantly. If I drove my heavy piece of equipment on the road, instant pull over. And like, no flashing light, no escort, no even pretense. Just like, I'm just going to send it. Full send. So, yeah, whatever. No big deal. No big deal. That's like the one that just sticks out to me the most. It's just like, I mean, I have to pay for my license plates every year, and I have to fucking, you know, like, that's the, hey, you can use the road fucking fee. But yet somehow, if you're just going to mow a yard, I don't even know how, like, no, I'm just going up there. I don't need to. Like, okay, you're fine. Could I... If I didn't live very far from where I work, could I just say, well, I'm not going that far. I'm just going up... Like, come on. I don't need fucking license plates and registrations. Like, come on. I'm just going up the road. Oh, yeah, you're fine. Free pass. Yeah, well, I'm well aware that you did that, but what I will say to that is... that wasn't a main artery, except for where you crossed the main artery. And I'm pretty sure, for the most part, there's no double yellow fucking line where you drove almost 99% of that. Where, like, if a car came up behind you, it would not be a violation of fucking traffic law to go around you. I mean, maybe that one Y intersection, they may have some sort of painted something, no pass there, but for the most part, that's either not indicated or... I mean, maybe there's a yellow, there might be a double yellow line along that sweeping part with the retaining wall, but I don't think up in the neighborhoods. No big deal. And the most important thing about when you moved your lawnmower is you didn't fucking do it in front of me. See how that works? Had you done that in front of me, yeah, that'd been bullshit. A bunch of goddamn bullshit. But whatever. I'm sure there was some other stuff that happened this week in the traffic that was just like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, obviously I got pulled out in front of a bunch. It's the intersection going to Walmart, dude. Apparently, man, I have no scientific evidence for this, but this is what I've concluded. If you are going to Walmart and you're going to make a right on red and then drive one block to do a right on red to go to Walmart, it doesn't matter what the speed limit is for that one block because you're going to Walmart, dude. And it doesn't really matter if you pull out in front of somebody who's going 45 fucking miles an hour because you're going a block and then you're going to Walmart. I mean, technically you're going a block, then you're going one more block, then you're going to Walmart. But it doesn't matter. As long as you're going to Walmart, just do what you want. Yeah, probably not anymore. They probably wore off because everyone crossed the center line. But I think they used to put a line in there because that is kind of a sketchy place to pass. But anyways, yeah, as long as you're like I'm wondering if you got pulled over by a cop, if you could just say, I was going to Walmart, the guy'd be like, oh, yeah, well, here's your fucking warning because you were going to Walmart, right? Like, but that seems to be an absolute phenomenon is the people going to Walmart. They'll just pull out right in front of you and then just drive slow as fuck and not give a fuck because they're just going 2 more blocks or a block and a half more. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it, man. What do you get so upset for? Whatever. I'm trying to think of the other thing that's pissing me off. Do the full rant. The road construction project in front of my house is, the road part is 100% complete with one exception. The area directly at the end of my driveway and my driveway. They're just not going to do that yet. They're just going to let that ride. That's been that way for like a week now. Everything else, 100% done. Just a big, and then there's also a big pile of rock in my driveway because where else would you put your fucking pile of rock? And they put it there, then they haven't touched it. And they put it there in a way, like, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but the way that the gravel was put in the driveway was put in a way to deliberately disallow anyone to use that area. That's all it was. It was like spread about, foot thick. Definitely the width of a payloader, but at an angle and like, so no one could use anything there. I actually took my mule down there and I pushed that fucking gravel out of the way because it's like, dude, I mean, there's dick moves and there's dick moves, but like, come on, man, like, we're trying to live our lives here and that's a dick move. Like, there's no reason for that. Like, there is not extra parking. Everyone is struggling to park. Everyone's struggling to get in and out of this fucking disaster. And they're just doing these dick moves of like these little tiny piles of gravel now, just in the way of like the most pristine, beautiful places to do all the work. You know, like there's pavement for like 3 blocks or 2 blocks now. Put the fucking gravel there. The road's closed. No one can get there. Just put the gravel there. No, we're going to put the gravel on the quote-unquote open road. It's just like, dude, what in the fuck? It's so fucking bonkers, dude. Bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. And I don't understand it. And I'm like, I realize I can't talk to those people about it because it's like talking to, like, have you ever seen like a real fresh pile of dog shit that's just steaming? Like maybe in the fall and yeah, that's like, it's like talking to that. You're like talking to a steaming pile of dog shit. You're like, oh, what are you talking about? What's your problem, man? Like, it's just a pile of gravel. Like, what's your problem? Like, well, because I can't drive out my driveway and someone wants to park there. And if they park there, I really can't get drive out my driveway. I have to do like a fucking super maneuver. Like the other night I came home, I had my truck, and I was like, well, I think I can get it in. Like, trucks don't drive like cross tracks. Like, I trying to get the fucker in there. Oh, yeah, 5 a.m. for sure. Fuck, they closed Lewis Boulevard? No, Floyd. They closed Floyd from 5 to 10. Closed. The whole road. Closed. 5 a.m. to 10. That road's closed. Yeah, those bicycles get up early. Early. Yeah, you're best served not trying to be on the roads when the old ragbri is flying through town. But whatever. I think that's over. That's over 17 minutes ago. If you haven't got your ass on your bike by 10 o'clock, you are not gonna make it. That's official. All right. So what else is good to talk about? Bitched about traffic. Bitched about the fucking retarded shit in my driveway. Yeah, it's gonna get hot. Been reading about how this is like the hottest. It's the hottest the world's ever. It's the hottest the universe has ever been. It's hotter than the sun. It's hotter than the moment of creation. This summer is the hottest. There's never been hotter. Temperature thermometers don't go as high as it's going to be. We're all going to cook. Some fish have died. All sorts of bad shit. And then like, where I'm living, it's been like, I haven't even turned my air conditioner on once this year. So that's how fucking terrible it's been. It's been so hot. Well, apparently I'm going to get my dose of the hottest fucking summer it's only ever been in the history of the goddamn world. So that's how I'm coming this week. So I have to turn the air conditioner on. So yeah, for the first day of the bicycle ride is not usually, well, I mean, I guess kind of. Not everybody overnights, and some people like start different places. But, whatever. Yeah, so the Floyd Boulevard part that's closed is like, I think they're doing outer drive to Leeds. And then they're like kind of somehow going across or going under the bypass. And then like Floyd kind of turns into the highway again, but they're going across that road there, so they're just closing it. They said, fucking it's closed. Too bad. Go away. Go a different way. There's been signs up for a week now letting people know. So not all of the road, but just like whatever. The part where the cop's going to be standing there blocking the road is going to be the part that's closed. But it's already opened again, so. Rejoice! Yeah, 40,000 bicycles. But, whatever. I mean, good luck. Good luck to all those that are going to enjoy the world's hottest it's ever been. I think you might be able to. You may not have to go fishing anymore, though. I think the fish may come out cooked. That's the thing. We're all going to cook. It's over. You might as well not even go to work tomorrow because it's just done. We're done. It's over. Greta was right. We're not going to be alive in 5 years. That she said 5 years ago. She was just off by a couple months. So enjoy your bacon and eggs while you can, because it's just not going to be a thing anymore. Yeah, the tires were boiling. It was boiling water in the tires. Just like, I don't know. Maybe it was hot someplace. I have no idea. But like, dude, it's been like, I was really thinking about it, like we broke 90 like a couple times so far. And when I say broke 90, it's like it's 90 or it's 91, but like that's not whatever. I don't want to start talking bad about the weather because the weather will hear me and come show me. Oh, you hadn't heard that the river was boiling because it's so hot? Yes, mother. It's the hottest it's ever been. Oh, yeah, did I say mother? Sorry. Scratch that. Word to your mother. It's been extremely the hottest ever. It was, in fact, the hottest it's been for 100,000 years, even though I don't know if we've had thermometers running for 100,000 years. Somehow they know that. It's never been hotter. Just trust me, it's been extremely hotter than you could ever understand. Spain. 118. Oh my God, poor Spain. Well, sometimes it gets 118. Sometimes it rains places too. It doesn't rain where I am when it's raining someplace else. Whatever. trying to think, like there's like a new way to do temperature now. There's like, what do they call it? Wet bulb temperature. Which is like, I'm just like, dude, alright, I get it. It feels like the real feel, you know. Because hot weather's not dramatic enough. You have to have the hot weather plus an arbitrary math equation that makes it even hotter, right? Well, it's even hotter than it is because reasons. Alright, it's hot and it's humid. I get it. I've been outside. It's like the cold. Oh, it's cold, but it's colder than it is when it's cold because of the wind. It's like, well, yeah, no, I get it, but like, seems the way everything's going. There's a new version for everything. It's coffee, but it's coffee grown on the side of a mountain, picked by a virgin, handcrafted in a hand sewn bag. Oh, but is it coffee? It's coffee, but it's not regular coffee. It's better than it. It's more extreme. It's extreme coffee. Yeah. What kind of eggs do you have? Well, these eggs came from chickens that were hand reared and petted and given massages. But are they eggs? No, they're extreme eggs. Oh, the dog's here. The dog is exiting stage right, but it's not a regular dog. That dog has been hand fed and bottle fed, and it's not a regular dog. What kind of cell phone do you have? Well, I got a cell phone, but it's not a regular cell phone. That's the extreme cell phone. That's very exclusive. The color's exclusive. It's not regular. It's extreme. Really? What kind of toilet paper do you have? Well, I got toilet paper, but it's not regular ply. It's got an extra ply between the plies, guaranteed for your finger not to poke through and get poop on your finger. Really? Do they still sell regular toilet paper? They do, but you're not going to want that. You're going to want the extreme toilet paper. Yeah, set your AC to 86. Good luck with that, kids. See, what you do is you cut a hole in your wall and you put a window unit in, and then you sit right in front of it. Ask me how I know. You will live in a pod, you will eat the bugs, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. Trust me, you're going to love it. I got to show this little beastie here. Look at the little beastie poking her head around the corner. Hey, bacon sniffer. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Just hoping and dreaming. What kind of bacon you got? Well, it's not regular bacon. This is thick cut, smoked with tree wood. Really? Not just regular bacon? No, it's extreme bacon. There's never been bacon like this in 100,000 years. Actually, this isn't that, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, could you imagine being so lowly as to only be able to, like, procure and afford regular everything? It's like, nah, it's just regular bacon. What kind of coffee? Just regular coffee. What kind of phone? Just a regular one. It's like, dude, what's the point of living? You don't have the extreme? What's your weather like? Just regular weather. Oh, you don't have the hottest temperatures? Oh, my God. How are you, what do you talk about at the fucking water cooler if it's not the hottest it's ever been where you live? I guess you could talk about what it's like where someone else's lives. There's that. Well, I guess I'm doing that right now. It's in Madrid. See, it works. In Madrid, it's real hot. It's like, guess how many fucks I give about the temperature of Madrid? You can count them on one hand. It's hot in Madrid. Yeah, I got news for you. Spain, it gets hot in Spain. Spain is the hot part of the world. Well, not the hottest. It's not the most hottest, but it's where it gets hot. They have tropical-looking plants in Spain, I can assure you. 86, I love that. What is it inside my house right now? Goody dog. 74. I got my thermometer set at 74. What's yours set at? My air conditioner is set to 74 right now. Oddly enough, my outside air conditioner is also set at 74. Strange. Real strange. Let's something else that's strange. There's not a lot of bacon drippings coming off this particular portion of bacon. There's a lot of meat. This is a meaty bacon. This is extreme bacon. 74, yeah. By the end of the day, we're gonna slowly turn that dial up slowly as the day progresses today. I am probably gonna have to close the house up this week because it's supposed to get that Madrid heat wave is supposed to be coming this way. The thing I found is if you stand out in the heat all day long, it's not that much different when you come home, except for you're in the shade, which is like much nicer. And then you're just ready for the next day. No big deal. No big deal. All right, so what other extreme things do we have? We got. Speaking of plants, I was able to start an avocado. Nice. Yeah, that's fun. If I'm not mistaken, though, when you grow an avocado tree from a seed, you are not guaranteed to get the same flavor avocado from the fruit of that tree. If you are aware, there's a type of avocado known as a Hass avocado. It's the most common. It's because a man with the last name of Haas grew an avocado tree in his yard, and that kind of avocado grew. And it was like, damn, that thing is fucking awesome. And they took grafts from his tree and grew all the avocado trees that are growing Haas avocados, which is basically every avocado that you purchase in the grocery store. True facts. Works the same way with apples. If you plant an apple seed, you will not get the same flavor apple that the apple seed came from. You would get a new, unique genetic version of an apple, and you could get the best apple that's ever been produced. And if that were to happen, you would be a multimillionaire. So every apple you've ever eaten, up until like very recently, they started doing genetic manipulation, where a dude just got lucky, like like Johnny Appleseed, like he was like he wasn't just planting fruit trees. I got news for you. It's called hard cider. So you plant apple trees, then they grow. Basically, what they all grow is like a version of a sour apple, but you could ferment that shit and get drunk. So that's what Johnny Appleseed was doing. Was like spreading fermentable. But the old farmers, I'm trying to think how it worked. Like back in the day when you had to homestead, you had to plant you'd have to plant so many trees and farm so much ground. So that's partly what he was doing. He like owned like nurseries. He'd push the frontier, start a nursery, because you had to plant so many fruit trees in order for your homestead to be official. So he pushed to the front boundary of where people were homesteading and start these apple tree orchards, and then people would come in and buy their apple trees from him, so they would qualify for the government's like you got to do so much shit to live here type of deal. So the farmers would have these green apple trees on the land, and every once in a while also like the Hawkeye gold. What the hell am I trying to say? Red Delicious. Red Delicious came from Iowa. A farmer in Iowa just happened to get lucky, and that tree grew. And I'm trying to remember this whole thing. The way it worked was they used to have. I mean, it's kind of a dirty little system, but like the powers that be knew how valuable a sweet apple was because there was very few edible sweet apples. So they would do these things through under the guise of like county fairs, where they'd be like, "Hey, we're having an apple competition. If you think you got a good apple growing on your tree, you can submit it, and we'll give you a ribbon for best apple flavor of the year or whatever type of deal." And the dude that had that great apple, he'd been enjoying them. He's like, "Dude, this is the best tasting apple I've ever had in my life. I'm submitting this shit." And he submitted it. And the tag fell off the apple. So no one knew where the apple came from. But they tried it. It was like, holy shit, this is a really good apple. Like, we need this. But the tag was missing. And they never knew. And the guy was like, he got so butthurt that his apple didn't win. Because he's like, dude, this is the... I mean, it was like the Red Delicious or the... I don't think it was the... What was it? Was it the Delicious? It was like one of the classic red apples. Fuck. I kind of hate that this happened. I had the opportunity because, like... The State University got a cutting off that original tree, and they had it on their on their in their ag, and I actually got a cutting off that cutting, and I had one of those apples growing, and it died, didn't make it. Red Delicious, that's probably what it was. Anyways, and the tag fell off, and they couldn't. He was so butthurt. He's like, "Well, fuck you, I'm never," and like he didn't submit again, and like they like were trying to figure out who the fuck this apple was, and then like I don't know. He finally was like, "Dude, this is the best apple. I want my award," and like he submitted it again, and obviously instantly won, and like. The next thing you knew, there was people at his door with like suitcases full of cash. Like, we want to buy your tree, blah blah blah, and like they put a fucking security fence around the tree and put like double barrier and armed guards and shit because that's how much that tree was going to be goddamn worth. True story. True story. Yeah, Red Delicious. That sounds right. Which compared to like the apples that we get now, I mean, it's not a bad apple, but there's way better. Like Honeycrisp. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. My whole finger, thank you. But that's some like Franken fruit, right? Yeah, how many? Dude, get yourself a Cosmic Crisp. You had one of those yet? The Cosmic ones? Oh man, that'll blow your mind. The Cosmic is like a pure genetically engineered apple, if I'm not mistaken. Honeycrisp are good, but the Cosmic is like. It's like someone like sat down and was like, well, what do we want our apple to taste like? I was like, well, I like this, this, and this, and then they did that. It's like, whoa, calm down there, Frankenfruit. There's not enough bacon grease here to grease my egg. I'm kind of disappointed. Because that's not going to come up very well. Damn it! God damn it, Bobby. Whatever. Autumn Glory. Very rare. Ooh, see? Have you? Oh, you've had a Red Delicious? Well, have you had a Honeycrisp? Yeah, yeah. Have you had the Cosmic? Ooh, those are pretty good. But have you had the Autumn Glory? Yeah. Nope. They don't sell those where I live. At least not in my neighborhood. Oh, you goddamn egg. You need egg. Egg requires lubrication. Oh, this is a disaster. That's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. Good work, dog. I can't believe I'm gonna have to put like butter on my bacon egg. It's weird. Yeah, I've never heard about Autumn Glory either. It must be new. I always have to remind myself that, like, well, for example, the year we're currently enjoying is half over, so like time flies. So yeah, they could have invented like 5 or 6 apples by now that I don't know about. It's all theoretically possible. Yeah, come on. Why can't? Am I gonna start complaining about the amount of bacon fat in my bacon? Like, what is happening? There's too much meat on my bacon. I can't lube my pan. I would like to talk to the people in charge of bacon. This is ridiculous. Let's try a spatula, or one of them, not a spatula, a baster. At least we can maybe get it lubed. Get a little release there, kids. Yowzer. Also forgot the pepper, which is an epic fail. Try that in a small tin. Oh, okay, so we'll talk about that. That's just hilarious. So I saw a meme the other day. It was like, what's the difference between, I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. What's the difference between memes? No, not memes. What's the difference between boycotts that are left of center initiated versus right of center initiated? And the answer was, when the left does a boycott, you get the #1 song in the nation. When the right boycotts, you lose $30 billion of market share. hilarious. Boycott that song. It's like well, I don't know if it's actually the number one song, but I think it was number one country song. Maybe try that shit in a small town. That's funny. Yeah, exactly. Just whatever. I always felt like every time I talk to people that like I don't know that live in other parts of the world, I guess I really noticed it when I was young. I mean, the time I first noticed the big time was when I went overseas for a year as an exchange student. I spent a lot of time interacting with people like for the first time. Like you meet a bunch of people for the first time because like you're thousands of miles away from where you lived your whole life, and then these people are too, or whatever, or people just got to meet a lot of new people, and like it was always. It's like, oh, where are you from? And they would like say where they were from. This was almost exclusively everyone that I talked to. It's like, oh, nice. And everybody was from the biggest town that they could with a straight face say that was near where they lived. So if you were from Pennsylvania, you're from Philadelphia. Oh, you live in Philadelphia? Wow, that's crazy. That's a big city, like real urban. And then after you get to know them for a little bit, you find out they live on like an estate outside Philadelphia, in the country, and their family has horses or something, right? So I was like, oh well, I thought you were from Philadelphia. Well, that's just how it works, you know. You gotta step your game up, you know. You gotta be from someplace. And then as I get older, you know, talk to people like online, tell them where you're from or whatever. And of course, I live in the middle of the United States. It's not a highly densely populated, and so it's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And the first thing I tell them is, no, we're full. There's no room here. You wouldn't like it here? You should stay right where you are. You should enjoy whatever the disaster is that you're living in because we don't have room. You wouldn't like it. There's nothing. Yeah, you just stay right where you are. You're good right there. Especially the people from California. I always tell them that. And I noticed the people from California have a special neurotic disposition because it must suck so bad to live there now that you have to make up fantasies about how great it is. I actually heard a person from California say that they are the number one producer of dairy in the United States. And I was like, well, I don't really think that's how it is. I think Wisconsin is. I mean, I'm not saying that you guys don't produce a lot of dairy there, but I'm pretty sure. They're like, oh no, we're number one. And of course, me being me is like, well, I don't want to walk around the world with the wrong facts in my head, so I had to Google that up. Nope, not California. Definitely not. They're number two. It's Wisconsin. But somehow, being number two is close enough to being number one, so they just pretend they're the number one. Like I've heard people in California try to tell people that their state's all about farming. It's like we farm. It's like, yeah, but like, come on now. You're not going to go to a conference and have a conversation about farming and have the guy from California stand up and say, I'm going to tell everybody how to farm. Like, come on now. Farming. Jesus Christ. Avocado farms and almond farms, I guess, maybe, but cucumber farms or something? I have no idea. Every time oddly enough, the farming conversation comes up a lot. And every time, all I do is say, dude, I'm from Iowa. Y'all need to shut your mouths. Like, and I always say, I don't own a farm, and I don't live on a farm, but my God, you talking like you live in a state that all they do is farm. Like, you should come to a state where that's all they do is farm. Like, where all the land is for farming, not for vacationing. And then they all shush. What was the other day? Someone was talking about barbecuing, and I was like, "Oh, dude, if you're into smoking meat." Well, the one guy was like, this one dude went off on Traeger grills. He was just like, "Don't tell me you got a Traeger. That shit's fucking garbage. That's not even smoking. You're not even doing anything. That's not. You can't even have a conversation." I was like, "Whoa." Hope no one owns a Traeger, because like someone might get upset for you saying that. Yeah, it's easy. You turn the knob. It just does. I mean, ooh, easy things. You're not doing it. It's like, well, I think you're still barbecuing even if you're using a Traeger. Like, come on now. So I tried to calm the conversation down. I was like, well, my favorite thing to smoke in a smoker is pork bellies, making bacon. Like, that's the best. And it's like, oh yeah, okay. Now we're talking about bacon. Like, yeah, bacon's fun to make, fun to cook, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, like, where I live, they slaughter a bunch of pigs, and you can go like buy cases of pork bellies from the dudes at the place or whatever. And I was like, I kind of live in like the hog raising capital of the world. Like the part of the state that I live in has like the highest density of hog farming. I'm pretty sure in the world. Like, I may be misquoting that a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's like the #1 hog raising area on the planet Earth. Like, density wise. And the dude was like, "Fuck out of here. That ain't true." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "In North Carolina, we barbecue the most hogs." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'm not talking about barbecue. Like, there's no..." I was like, I got to be clear here. There's not a lot of people that live in this part. It's just hogs, dude. Like, it's just hog confinements everywhere. And then, like, there's a few people who own them. Like, maybe you misunderstood me. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I thought you were saying you were the barbecue capital of the world." I was like, no. This is where the pigs come from. And then they send them off to you guys, and then you barbecue them, I guess. Like, Jesus. Hog, but it's the most extreme hog growing for production. See how that works? The most ice cream's made here. The most meth is smoked. I want to be the third of everything. I want to be the third best of everything. That way there's no pressure. Because if you're best, then you got to maintain your bestness. And if you're second best, you need to step your fucking game up. Because you're slacking, you should be first. So I'm going for third. I mean, you're still on the podium. If something were to happen, you'd be in the, you're in the conversation, right? Just easy street. Just cruising along an easy street. Dog, you want more bacon? What kind of a question is that? She's like, over here. Here. Whoa, easy, lunger. Jesus. All right, what else is next? Well, there was that dude that, like, this week, the guy that, like, went to North Korea. Did you hear about that? What was that all about? I haven't quite figured that one out. Like, he, like, defected to North Korea. After getting in a fight with a South Korean and being arrested for it, it was going to get sent off to do time or get, a court martial or whatever. He decided North Korea would be better than that. So, of course, the internet's trying to figure that one out. Like, wait, well, let's figure this out. Why would you do that? So now people think, like, maybe he's a spy. Like, if you're a spy and you think you're going to get caught, like, I don't even know. Like, geez. So weird. It's another one of those, like, I think there's more to that than I'm getting on my local. Oh, I just used my... Did I just do that? I just used my fork to... Yeah, that just happened. I'm just going to spread the butter with the fork because I'm fully committed at this point. That is a terrible butter spreading implement. One of the worst. So where are we at? 45 minutes. Ooh, that coffee tastes good. Something magical about bacon, eggs, and bread makes coffee taste good. Really don't know what else to talk about. I need to start writing shit down. There's always a list of shit. Never-ending list of grievances, if you will. I don't know. Hopefully the road construction project wraps up here in the next few weeks. It'll be all over. It'll be nice. But I think I'm gonna wrap this up because everything's about done here. Let's do the old reverse here. Ah! Bunch of weirdos staring at my cabinets. All right. Well, if you're on a bike ride, enjoy your bike ride. If you're stuck in traffic behind a bike, good luck. If you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. If you missed it, you wouldn't know the difference. You watch the replay of live. It's more fun live. I'm going to get a notebook going and start writing down the good things to talk about. All right. Enjoy the hot weather. It's going to be a scorcher this week, so try to stay cool. Peace.